Where am I? God damn, this backwards shit wigs me out. Nope, wrong way. God damn. Serious backwards weird. Alright. Okay. There you are. I just sent you the link. I don't want to post it. Okay? Yes, I should make here. No, I don't live in the shadows. Yeah, I've got a song in my head, so I'm doing this. Hey, brother. Why are you making that face? Don't make that face, brother. I guess I'm gonna post it, but I'll just delete it. Got it? Got it? Hey. Whoa. That was weird. That was really weird. I'm not up to much. Are you gonna click that link or Limey, where'd you go? Limey! I just wanted to have a quick little talk with people. Ask a couple of questions of somebody that might know something. Hey Limey. You gonna come up,
Hello.
brother? Come on,
Just
brother. Come on, brother. Sorry.
yeah, it just took me a minute to get here. That's all. So you're right then.
Eating lunch. How do I make it stop?
What's that?
Oh, I can't. Fuck. I'm not on the other side. Well, some bitch, I guess it's just there. Whatever. Well, alright, eating
Uh,
lunch. That's fine. I was trying
43.
to
Hi,
delete
43.
it. Yeah.
What you trying to delete?
I was trying to delete that link because I didn't want to just leave it down there. But I'm not on the YouTube side. And I don't even have YouTube open.
Right. Did you want me to see if I can do it?
You can't.
I can't.
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Because I'm the one that put it
Okay.
in, so I'd have to be the one that deleted it.
Cool. Okay. No worries.
Hey,
Hi,
brother!
43.
Keep chewing. So that link, that weird pinned fucking comment thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it is bugging me, and I'm kicking myself because I had just this little mini panic. I was like, I didn't put that up there. Who put that? Oh my god! And then I got rid of it and was like, well, fuck, I don't even exactly know what it said. Damn it! I should have screenshotted it,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
I
And
mean, the
then
thing
I
is that you.
I scrolled back and forth and thought, like where would it have come from?
Yeah.
A mod would have had to have pinned it. I guess. I
That's
guess
what I
you can.
think. That's
I
what I
didn't even
think as
realize
well.
mods could pin. I thought just the channel, the main. I
Yeah.
thought they were the only ones that could pin, but
I'm not sure because I've never been a mod before, but the thing is, like, I've been watching the end of the stream because I want to make sure that I see people's YouTube channel links because Ashley was doing a real good job of dropping them in. So if I see anybody with a username UK Camera Boy or
well,
whatever,
see,
I
I
mean,
went into UK Camera Boy or whichever way his name goes. I went in his live stream. He was live streaming went right after I found it and tried to figure it out. And I was like, well,
Right.
how did you pin a comment in my chat? And he read it, and then he said, well, only a mod could do that, which is where I got that idea in the first place. And I'm just like, I never said another word, but
Yeah.
I listened to him the way he talked to the other ones. I looked at the pinned comment on his. It had the same structure. It had the same
Yeah.
structure.
Sure.
But it was a comment made by somebody else. I'm not sure that,
Okay.
but it was the
Yeah.
same thing. It was a lot of emojis. Then it was, if you want to support this channel, it was, it felt like the same words and then a link.
Sure. Well,
And
yeah, it could have been somebody else doing it on his behalf then, maybe. But the thing is, like, you've made quite a few people mods, but they're all people you know, right?
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. The worst thing that's going to happen, somebody will click on it and give money, but it's
Well, it's
nothing to
not
do with
there.
you.
I got rid of it.
It's not. Oh, that's what I mean. But like, even if someone clicked on it before you got rid of it, that's the worst that's
I
going to
know,
happen.
but it
But it's
means
not down to you.
somebody did something without permission. If the mod did it,
Yeah.
it wasn't my
Yeah.
financial information, but it said
No, I
support
know.
this channel.
Yeah.
See, it was deceptive.
Yeah, I do. I do know what you mean.
I looked at
It's
the
maybe
end of the
like
stream
speak
after
to.
I fell asleep, thinking maybe someone had come in, because the comment would have to be in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm watching it, so I'll keep an eye out because I was keeping an eye out once you mentioned that. I was like, I'll keep an eye out on chat, and I'm listening to the guys, but I'm also watching chat because I want to get people's YouTube links. So, like I say, I'll keep an eye out and see if I see anything. But yeah, and then maybe like chat with Visage because he's streamed quite a lot, and Commander, see what they have to say if they've got any thoughts
I was
about it.
hoping they'd see the thing and come in here real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ross Khan is having her live stream thing today. Hey, Murphys. And
I see Hound. Who's that? Who's having a stream?
Ross Khan. It's called Wit Bits with Ross Khan. It's a gaming. It's a thing where she plays trivia and riddle type questions, and then you answer it in the chat. She's got people watching for the first 3 answerers, and then they keep score, and then you get extra entries into a drawing for large amounts of money to poor people. I mean, $50, $100.
Wow.
It is pretty cool.
Is just like a quiz show.
Kind of like a quiz show, yeah.
I love quizzes. I absolutely love quizzes.
And if you're quick, you can win. Me and 43 both decided, we figured out that there's so many people in there, and even if we knew the answer, which we probably did, we can't type it fast enough to get it in there to be, in the top.
So you got to get the right answer, but be quick. So how many people might be watching and playing that? Right.
I don't remember what it was the last. Right. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been there, maybe even 3 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, look, if you decide that you're going to go into one of those, then drop me the link and I'll join you.
I was gonna throw you the link.
Yeah.
But I was telling you about it to see if you wanted to go check it out before I threw you the link.
Yeah, for sure.
Since we're sitting here talking,
Yeah, I was over lockdown. I was doing my mate who lives like miles away. He said, "Oh, there's a guy who like used to do a pub quiz in his pub, but now with lockdown, he started doing it on his YouTube channel, and it just grew and grew. And he was donating the money to charity because he thought, oh, it'll be just the people from the pub." But it went nationwide, and then I think it went international, and he ended up raising loads of money for charity, and I think he even got recognition from the Queen or something for like services to the public kind of thing, just from starting his pub quiz online. And I was like,
that's cool.
Amazing. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, really cool.
Oh, and there's another game night I go to every week. Well, I don't go every week, but it's on every week. It's on Thursday night. The Dog Pound, and it's a stoner kind of place to be. It's all about the 420, and it's the kind. It's way less stress If you've got a competitive nature and you're like, I gotta win, and you're trying to win at Ross's, and it makes you
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, at the dog pound is the opposite of that because there's no
Right.
timers. He
Right.
let people answer. There's not as many people. People answer,
Right.
and there's enough time to where I'll sit there if I don't know it, like it's a sports question or something. I'll go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just start Googling it. I'll pop over to Google and I'll be Googling it, and then I'll come back and see if anybody has answered it. And and if they hadn't, and it's been a minute, I go ahead and throw the answer in there. And
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's he plays like Connect Four up on the screen,
Oh yeah.
the chat
Okay.
against the host.
Oh right. Oh cool. Okay.
And the
Oh, that
ancient
sounds
game
like.
of Ur,
Uh,
you are
Oh,
like
okay.
a millennia's old game.
Old game. Oh, wow. All right.
He had to
Cool.
make it shorter, the playing board. He had to make it shorter,
Okay.
to fit,
Kind of fit.
but
Right.
it's a lot of fun. And
Oh, that's
everybody's in there just cracking up and so
yeah. So it's
goofy and
just a kind of like free for all kind of thing.
yeah, and
Yeah. Okay. That
it
sounds
doesn't
good.
really matter who wins. And even if you're a
Mm.
horribly competitive person, I mean, if you're
Mm-hmm.
just too competitive, you'll probably get the answer right every time and be the winner every time. See, but that
Right.
would
So it's
end.
just more of a
Hopefully,
laugh
you'd
and
learn a lesson from that.
that. That's cool. No, that sounds good. Oh,
It was fun. I usually forget that it's Thursday until right before or right after his thing, though. Sometimes I miss it because I'm like, oh,
mm-hmm.
fuck, it's Thursday,
Yeah.
because I don't always know
Yeah.
what day it is. It's just a part of me.
So, what time did you fall asleep, Snarf?
I don't know
You
what time it
were,
was.
because like it was for ages. We're like, nah, no, nothing.
I don't know what time it was. I was trying to stay awake, but I knew I was shutting down because it happens a lot when I get to be hurting. It's always been my default when I'm in some kind of pain or don't
hmm
feel good, I go to sleep and then sleep through it until I feel better or just sleep through it while I can.
hmm
And I
mm
guess that's what happened. It was pretty late too, but
Yeah.
I I, sh- I should have been okay. But
hmm
I never know.
That's all good. It's all good. And like I say, like you said in your little video, I think everybody had a good time and we are all like being friendly and chatting. And there was so like I'd forgotten about the sand angel entirely. So that was cool. But I mean, I remember like Conspiracy playing the guitar and playing Vivian's song, and yeah, just really good, man.
It was so great, and it was more of a turnout than I expected.
Mm, yeah, yeah, it was really good. People coming
Hey,
and
thanks,
going,
Ash.
and yeah, it's cool. Oh, is Ash here? Hi, Ash.
Not Ashley. Ashamed Canadian.
Oh, ashamed Canadian. Oh
I
yeah,
was calling him AC for a while,
right.
and then I realized everyone else was calling him Ash.
Mm,
So as soon as I started doing that,
yeah. Uh, let's see if I
call
can
him Ash Can. What's wrong with you, 43? Why are
get
you up here if you're not going to talk?
him.
I'm eating lunch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Call him
I'm
Ash Cat.
sorry.
Call him Ash Cat.
Don't think you want to hear me smacking on a burrito.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't bother me. We shared a womb.
No bother.
We shared two different wombs at two different times. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, that pinned comment thing is really bothering me though, because that tells me somebody, like I said, they either did something kind of deceptive
Mm,
without any permission, or somebody that didn't have any authority somehow broke
managed
into
to
my
do it.
shit. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
asleep, and those links were all just there, and I don't know if that had anything to do with anything. I don't, I don't,
yeah.
I don't know exactly how everything works good enough.
No, I think, like you say, have a chat with people that are more experienced and stuff, and see what
Yeah.
they say.
Oh,
Because,
thank
like,
you. Thank you, Ash.
I understand what you mean. Maybe they haven't got the permissions, and maybe it's like a little workaround that they've got. So yeah.
Yeah, and I had felt so confident that I was handling the mod thing correctly. That
Well,
I
yeah,
knew exactly who I had modded and their trust level,
yeah,
my trustworthy level or whatever, right?
yeah. That's all good. I'm just I didn't because I did like the sun started coming up at like 5 or 6 or whatever, and I was like, oh, I should go to bed, and then it was like 9 or nearly 10 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, I've really got to go now. It's just, and the thing is, my throat kind of feels sore because I don't like chat to people using my voice hardly anymore. So for talking for like 8 hours, well, not 8 hours, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so it
Yeah.
was a bit.
I woke up and I plugged my phone in because it was completely dead. And I plugged my phone in and looked, and it was about an hour after it had shut down. Is when I woke up. And I went back at the very end, and I finally tuned in to right when you were leaving. And then I
Right.
tuned in to when Spirit left.
Yep.
And then I tuned in to when Up Yours refreshed his page and threw him off, and him and Ashley. And I saw what Ashley wrote in the chat. It was so sweet. She said, I'll stay here and keep an eye on things while Snark sleeps. I'm like, that's so precious. That was so sweet.
That is nice. Yeah, she seems really cool, actually. Well, like I say, everybody just seems really cool. And Up Yours, because like I say, I was listening back. That's what I was doing when I came on stream now. I'm listening back to Up Yours and Visage talking. And Up Yours mentioned a band, the Mac Lads, and Spirit was having trouble hearing what he was saying, and I'm like, oh, I know that band. They are flipping horrendous. Like, because like their lyrics are just so offensive. When I first heard their records when I was like 18, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you actually are able to record that. But yeah, they're just a bit mental. Like they're one of these bands. It's hard to know whether they mean what they're singing or if they're just doing a parody of people that are like prejudiced and stuff. Yeah.
Which band was that?
The Mac Lads. It's they're short for Macclesfield, so they come from Macclesfield, so they call themselves the Mac Lads.
Because if you want offensive, I have much more offensive
Oh no,
stuff.
I'm good. No, I'm good. It was just like I say, I was a young, tender 18-year-old, and I was like, shit. I can't believe they actually got this on record. Yeah.
Oh, my legs. So yeah, sorry.
But yeah, so any of y'all that are in the chat, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Any of y'all that are in the chat that have a wrench or that was there last night, if you remember anything about someone posting a comment that said that had a lot of emojis and it said, if you'd like to support this channel, and then it had a link. And does anybody remember seeing a pinned comment? These are the things I want to know.
Those are the things that bother me.
It's bothering me.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Hey, but 43. That the private, whenever you end the stream, but there's still people on the panel, and then they're all alone talking by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I figured out I think I figured out that you can Limey wants to watch Fraggle Rock, and I've got all the DVD set up here, and I figured out that I can put Fraggle Rock on the TV, point the camera at it, and me and him can sit and watch Fraggle Rock together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do a lot through here that you can, to get around all that kind of stuff that people want to put paywalls to. Ridiculous.
It was awesome.
It's the first time I come across a paywall on YouTube. Was I went and tried to watch Fraggle Rock, and it was like, well, you can, but it's going to cost you like £3 or £5 per episode. And I'm like,
It's
no.
ridiculous. Yeah, they do that with everything. They're doing that with such old ass movies too. If you go to YouTube movies and you look at some of the older movies, they still want to rent or buy. And I'm like, I've seen this for free on television. Why should I pay for it now?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, come on. It's just
That's the
money.
thing I've thought about.
I don't want to get into it. I get too
No,
worked up.
but it's
I
like
get
you said,
too
they're
worked
just
up.
trying to take from you every which way.
That's what I've been trying to avoid for the last month is just getting worked up. That's why I
wound up about
channel. That's why I quit my channel. I was done getting worked up. It was affecting my health. It was affecting my mind, and
Oh no, that's not good.
yeah.
Were you were trying to like build a channel up and stuff, were you?
Well, you know, I'm nothing good. I'm not professional. I don't subscribe to the culture that YouTube has perpetuated upon the people, or Twitch for that matter, or any other social media. I have ditched all social media. I only watch YouTube because I'm bored most of the time. I watch some Twitch maybe, or if I do watch any TV, it's on Pluto. And even then, I don't watch maybe 15, 20 minutes of it. I don't engage in this what people call normal on here. I don't own a phone. I just don't see any use for the stuff that we think we need when we really don't.
Yeah, and he wasn't necessarily trying to grow his channel. It was more like what we were talking about the other day, just letting it happen organically as you look at other people's videos and comment, and then they come back and find yours. And he would do live streams a lot. Well, a medium amount.
Yeah.
But
I like talking to people. It's talking to people's fun. But then the crazies came out, and they kept coming and coming and coming and coming.
Yeah.
And they're still there today. They haven't been deterred at all. And I had enough. So I quit. Quit talking to people.
I don't blame you.
Doing anything.
Yeah, if you're just going to get people to start hassling and stuff, like you say, then it's not fun.
This ID right here is my this is my, not my Heidi ID, but it is one I might start using more. My other ID I use because it's more political, and that's the route I want that ID to go.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But this ID, I like this one. Yeah, cool. I've been on YouTube since fucking ever. 13 years. I only started doing this stuff 2 years ago when the pandemic hit.
Right. Yeah, which I think's happened with a lot of people, hasn't it? Like change of direction and maybe doing stuff online.
I just want to do something different. I don't want to. I mean, I want to get involved with things, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, because like my original YouTube was just me making playlists of music and stuff, and that was it kind of stuff. And like you said, I'd like to be like doing something with this persona more than just making playlists. But like you said, there's a lot to it, and then you can potentially just get trolls coming up and stuff like that.
My interests are varied, and I'm not really intense on anything anymore. I got my anger issues. I got my push button issues, but yeah, but that was like 20 minutes ago.
What's that?
Oh, up yours said mention my name and I arrive, and that was like 20 minutes
ago. Oh, okay. Hi, up yours. Oh, is he coming in?
I don't think so.
There was a space.
Did you see that? Oh, nice mark for your picture there of Gonzo.
What about it?
I saw a video the other day that I forget where it was. I'd have to look for it, but it said a scientist has confirmed that the size of your nose is a correlation to the size of your penis.
Yes.
And then it showed a picture of Gonzo and Henrietta, his chicken. And it goes, and the caption, no wonder she's always smiling.
Well, I'm in your twice.
Yeah, you're in there twice. I missed that show.
Yeah.
But you could do it again. Yeah.
Hey, sir. It's gone here.
Okay.
Here's a fun trick to do. If you're ever moving out of a house, get yourself some glow-in-the-dark paint, and then write a message on the wall or on the ceiling.
It could be anything.
I did that. I didn't mean to do it. I was a kid, but I had forgotten, and I actually forgot that I had put all this weird stuff on my walls, and the people who moved into my house afterwards were like, "What the fuck is all this shit?"
It's like the beginning from a horror film or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
They said I scared them. I was like, I'm sorry. I forgot it was there. I just recognized. I remembered it because
I don't think I'm the echo.
Yeah, you did it and you forgot, right?
Yeah. And I've been trying to do some game streaming, but I'm not really good at that either. I'm not like a talker while I play kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I don't.
You know,
I like to play, and I'd rather talk to somebody than just sit here and be quiet. So.
Mm-hmm. But some people would be down for that, like because some people think it's silly to watch somebody else playing a game anyway. But I've been watching a lot of political debaters and streamers and stuff for the last year or so, and some of them play games a lot as well, and they chat with someone quite quiet and that. So, what kind of thing do you play?
Right now, I'm playing No Man's Sky. I also play Diablo from time to time, but I'm bored of that one now.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
And I was playing Final Fantasy the remake, and then Final Fantasy VII the remake. I was playing Final Fantasy VII the original, and I think I was playing another Final Fantasy. But yeah, I've been mostly doing No Man's Sky.
Is that a military one? Or?
No, it's a space exploration type thing.
Oh, right. Yeah,
it's more like it's space exploration with building, and you're just going through galaxies and to get to the center of the galaxy to go to the next galaxy and so on and so forth. There's supposedly there is 255 galaxies that you have to go through, but there's no real reason to do it. They don't have a reason to get to that far. People have gone that far. There's a group of people that sit at the 254th galaxy and help people, I guess, and build stuff, and they're trying to build a society or something like that. And I'm like, I'll just stick here. I'll just stay at the first one and maybe go to the second one. See what I can do.
Yeah. Just have fun on the way.
It's just having fun, wasting time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no real point to any game. It's just what entertains you,
Yeah. But sometimes with some games you can learn stuff, and like you say, if not, then it's just relaxing or a way to get stressed out or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm too old for that shit, but I've been playing video games since they were invented, so.
Yeah, that's it. Like, just you're never too old. If you want to do it, you want to do it. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Makes you
There's
happy.
a 60-year-old
Yeah.
that plays. Or no, wait, she's 70s, I think, now.
Mm.
But
Mm.
Snark wants you to go into YouTube.
Oh,
Read
right.
your
I don't
read
know
the
if I'm
private
going to
chat.
lose you guys. I'm on my phone, so.
I could do it. Hold on. You want me to try and pin something here?
Yeah.
I can.
Did
Yeah,
you
it's
not
not
see that?
letting me. It's just saying report and block. It's all it's saying for me is report and block.
Oh, there's a.
So it doesn't.
chat.
It doesn't
Yeah,
let
there's no pin.
mods.
There's no way I can pin
You're
anything.
modded, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no way I could pin
That's what I
anything. So
thought.
either
I thought that you could.
somebody hacked your stuff, or it was your kid who came in when you were sleeping.
No.
Well, then I don't know. It's weird.
Mm.
It was Elon Musk.
Must be. He's a tricky one.
They're all
Oh,
trippy. All those rich ass people are trippy.
definitely tricky.
They don't live
Anybody?
the lives that we do. They don't even have they can't even have an understanding of what life is
No,
like for
right.
people like us.
Yeah.
No, right. It's so far
No
removed.
idea.
Bit like the royal family here. Never got a clue. Apparently,
How's
the
the queen
Queen.
doing, by the way?
Well, apparently she's wearing herself out watching TV too much.
Oh,
It was reported that she's staying up too late watching telly and she's tired. And then she was due. I think it might have even been the Remembrance service or something, but she didn't go. So I don't know if she
Because
was
she
staying
framed
up
her
late
back.
she's in
watching
the hospital, from
Real
what I understand.
Housewives or something or what. I don't know.
Yeah, she was in the hospital. I was just hoping she's okay. I
Oh,
mean,
is
I
she?
grew up with a queen, so I mean, everybody has grown up with a queen, but
I grew up with the
Mm.
queen.
I grew up actually, living with a family who sort of respected her. So
Right.
I've always respected the royal family as, just because.
Yeah.
Americans, because it's so far out of any of our reality, we've always had
Yeah.
this, this amazement and whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, see, you mention
Yeah.
Elon and he shows up.
Mother trucker.
That's Murphys.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know everybody's everything.
I
Hello,
don't know
Elon
anybody
M.
either. I just make assumptions and go with those.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
there are people in the UK that still go mad for the royal family as well, and then the rest of us are just like they're just people, just
I've
behave.
been watching these videos from the UK about moped thieves getting caught.
All right.
Murphys who? Shut up.
I know how to settle it. Hey, Elon, are you a good boy?
How are they catching these moped thieves? Is this like the police catching them?
They're oh my goodness, dude. They this one guy I was watching not only found out because I think they're posting their thefts on Instagram.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Fucking idiots.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
not that I want
they're
thieves to be successful, because I think that's a horrible, treacherous thing to do.
I know.
But they're
But God
posting
damn.
But then they find these people are finding not only these people's names, not only finding out where they live, but finding out their relatives' names, where their relatives lives. They're finding them, and they're not so much confronting them, but asking them to man up and do the right thing and return the stuff. I thought that was that was a pretty much British way of doing things. It seemed to me, and I think
excuse me, could you please return my stolen property?
Right.
It's like
thinking America.
Mate, just do the right thing. Just do the right thing and return
I
it.
don't want to be a bother, but could you?
Just very polite. Yeah. Not everybody treats things like that though. Not everyone.
43. Have you heard that America, us, the United States, brought back the firing squad?
Yes.
Where? Who? What?
I think it's either Virginia or one of the southern. It's one of the southern states. I know that.
Well, that
And
figures.
I agree with it. I do. If somebody wants to,
Firing squad?
hey, look, if you want to die, I think you should have the right. If you're gonna do that, let them choose the way they want to go. You know.
I doubt that they're getting to choose.
Well, no, they do. They get to choose. They get to choose whether they get injection or firing squad.
Oh, okay.
I'm scared of needles.
I think that's going to be the least of your problem.
Well, that's what most of them are. They're afraid of needles. That's why they're anti-vaxxers. You know, I've stuck so many needles in myself that I'm not afraid of them. I'm not even afraid of sticking them in other people anymore. You know, I've had to do it for my wife so much. I had to give her shots for a couple years. My neighbors have asked me to give them shot. I used to have to shoot myself with insulin. So yeah, needles don't break. They used to, but not anymore. I can look at somebody, stick in my arm, and just okay.
My first pregnancy absolutely cured me of any medical phobia like that I had. Because there's a lot of stuff they do to you when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Did you get the epidural? Did you get the epidural?
Oh, no, of course not. No, that didn't work out at all.
Oh, no.
No blockers or anything?
Well, the first labor with my daughter, who was the biggest child, 9 pounds, 12 ounces, she, I wanted to give birth naturally. I went to the classes and I was in for it. But the second that I went, whoa, and made a noise because it hurt, that nurse came in and just said, do you want this, what are they called? I forgot what they're called, Stadol or something else. And I was like, no, I'm doing this naturally. She said, no, we can't have you yelling like that. Do you want this one or that one? And I was still pretty young, and I let her bully me. And I was like, okay. And, you know, she puts it in my line. So there were 3 contractions that I pretty much didn't feel. And I thought that was real funny for the first one. But then the 4th one, it really didn't make a big difference. There was a lot of trauma on that birth. But yeah. Yeah, then the second one and the third one, they came so fast. My labor started, and I fucking had a kid the second one was within 2 hours, and the third one was within 1 hour after they started my labor.
I still want to meet somebody who's been born underwater.
I always thought that was cool and would have loved to have done that, but it was not available.
Yeah, I saw that really cool. Very first time. Where did I see that? That's incredible.
Oh. I probably saw it there too then, because I watched that show religiously.
Oh heck yeah!
That's incredible and real people. Oh, I love those shows.
I wish they should bring back That's Incredible.
Yeah,
but I think there's enough shows that have that kind of stuff in them all over the cable.
Who has cable?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have cable.
I ditched my satellite.
I haven't had cable in a long time.
Yeah,
but I had it free for like 4 years before I did.
My uncle did that for his entire neighborhood when cable was first starting out. He did it for his entire neighborhood. They didn't, back in the day when the cable was first starting out, they had these boxes that they would stick outside, but they wouldn't lock them or anything. They just put all the cables in there. And he went out there and hooked everybody up. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I miss the early days of cable. I really do. MTV should have stayed the way they were.
Was what it was supposed to be.
Did you ever watch it when they were muting the commercials?
Who was muting the commercials?
MTV itself was muting their commercials.
Oh, I bet that didn't go over well.
Oh, it didn't. It lasted for 2 years when they first started, but because
that's a long time.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
they didn't think MTV would last. They didn't think MTV would
Oh.
last at all, but they started making money and started getting out there. But for the first 2 years of MTV, their commercials were muted. And it was the greatest thing I had ever seen in TV history, as far as I was concerned.
No, I probably didn't get to see MTV until the 3rd or 4th year.
Oh, I was watching it from the very beginning.
No, I remember, seeing things about it in the culture, on other things, but cable took a while to get to our town, and then we were poor, so we didn't have it.
Yeah.
From your neighbors like I did?
No, there was no. My mom had no. There was no.
I figured out ways to get cable once we got it. Didn't have to pay for it for a while. You should have even before cable. Right before cable, they were scrambling television signals and selling people block boxes to unscramble them, mostly for porn.
Like through the air.
Yeah, through the air.
Well, why don't they do that?
Because people were already breaking in and stealing the signals.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while there, you could watch kind of sort of porn on your television. It'd be all wavy and shit.
Have you heard of people doing phone phreaking before the internet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So people have always been trying to mess with these systems even before the internet and stuff. Right? Yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
Oh man. It wasn't better back in the day. It was more simpler. I think technology has been good and bad for us.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it is. It's just a tool. Depends on how it's used.
Yeah.
Handled.
Yeah, that's the thing, Stark. I think like people don't always appreciate that applies to just about everything. So.
Just about everything.
Yeah.
And just about everything that any kind of concept of being a human and dealing with it is on a scale, is on a spectrum. It goes from one end to the other, and there's all the levels in between of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what bugs me about people saying if they're autistic or if they're talking about something about autism, they go, "Oh, I'm on the spectrum," and I'm like, well, "Which one?"
Yeah.
Because there's a spectrum on depression. There's a spectrum on anxiety. There's a spectrum on everything in the universe. And that's when I figured it out, is when people started saying that. I started thinking, no, you can't what is wrong with people? Language is there on purpose for a reason. And it would just be a lot easier if y'all all learned the goddamn words and use the right ones.
Yeah, I think people just like when they say I'm on the spectrum, they think that people are just going to assume the autistic.
Well, and people do. They do assume now because
we could go down that
they're not thinking it through.
There are reasons why people are the way they are now, and actual physical, provable reasons why the world is how it is now, and it's because of corruption and greed. Mostly.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason that these wonderful, beautiful concepts that we use to construct our societies, that's the reason they end up not working and being such shit.
Yeah.
And that's why, that's why civilizations fall. Because even though it was, people tried real hard to think it through and to set down the framework, and here we go, the longer time passes, the more corruption and yuck creeps in.
Yeah, it's trying to, like you say, because people are good and bad, and unfortunately,
the problem is that you can tell people the problem. They say, "Oh yeah, we know that. We know it's greed. We know it's corruption," and then they don't do anything about it.
Well, I mean, what do you do?
You
what
stop
do you do?
using you form. If I had the answers, but you just
exactly
using what they give you.
I mean,
if everybody's
it just comes down to burn it down and start over again.
How quick do you think football would end if people just stopped going? How quick do you think anything would end? Concerts, dining out, anything. if people just got together in a large enough group and said, no, we're not going to do this anymore. It could change.
I mean, the thing is,
you can't get everybody to agree on things because we all have our own thoughts.
Yep.
And that's the hard part, is getting everybody on the same page.
Yeah, because there's some people that don't think there's any problems, and then other people do. And then even if you, like you say, identify the same problem, you're going to get 10 different people going to have 10 different ways to deal with that. So, yeah, and like you say, like a general strike at this point would be a really good idea, but you've got to have the means to back each other up while that's going on, because you wouldn't have any.
And the greed part is really, people just wanting to get their slice of the pie. Well, he got his, why can't I get mine?
Yeah. Well, what really blows my mind is when poor people end up defending millionaires and billionaires and stuff, and it's like, look, not every they're all under this impression that they're going to be in that position one day, so it's not right to tax them, because when I'm a billionaire, you want to tax me? It's like, that's never going to happen. Or statistically, it's never going to happen. Like, so why are you defending them when you're like eating baked beans every day? Mental. There was like little shops in a Welsh town where they were paying more on the high street in tax than Amazon was, and so they all kind of got together as a town to argue with the tax office in the government, and the government basically said, you can't have a one-on-one advisor for your town because you don't generate enough money for us to think it's worth doing. But with Amazon, we have to kind of have meetings with them and have a dedicated advisor and all this, because if we didn't, they wouldn't pay the £1 in tax they do now. We'd get nothing. And it's like, oh, you're scared of them then. So
that's why Amazon and Google and all those big companies need to be broken up.
Yeah. Well,
but you can't, because you just can't. And there's just so many problems that lead from one to another, to the next, to the next, to the next. We're never going to be able to cure it.
Yeah, it's just like
there
the
is a
frog
cure.
in the pot. You think everything's okay until it's not.
There is a cure, but it is a cure that nobody wants. And that's a very, very large portion of humanity die off.
Ow.
And we start over.
Well, hey, that's kind of happening, ain't it?
I know.
And it, just as it has ever since the beginning of time. This is the kind of thing that's always happened. That's what people don't understand too, that it's all cyclical. Everything's cyclical. Just like the spectrums, it's all circles too.
But the thing is that nothing matters.
Nothing really matters.
It doesn't. Nothing really matters. Nothing that we do here in this world, nothing that we do at all in our lives matters at all. Not one bit. To the grand scheme of things, anything and nothing matters. And that's why greed and corruption continue to grow, because a lot of people just say, well, there's nothing we can do. Nothing matters, blah, blah, blah. And that's why we have the systems we have. Because nothing really matters.
It's getting to the point, though, where I think more and more people are realizing that there is at least a problem, whereas in the past they just wouldn't be able to see it at all. But things are getting so unequal concentration of money and power into a few people's hands. So
yeah, it takes. I mean, let's go quoting some Marx and all that. The proletariat.
Grab the means of production. Grab the memes of production. That's what we need to do.
And so many people think that words that aren't the words that describe them are evil. Like, oh, you're a communist. Oh, you're a socialist. We can't have this socialist. And I'm like, do you know what socialist or communist even mean? Do you even really know what they mean?
They don't.
Yeah.
Because the only thing bad about socialism is it isn't in favor of the corporations and the rich, and people get took care of. It's just, oh, that's a shame.
Well, no, because they hear socialism, and because we had the Cold War for so long, and how it's portrayed by the PDF,
Yeah, they equate socialism with Hitler.
Yeah.
Not
And,
Hitler with Russia.
well, Russia's communism.
Yeah. Well, no, communism is socialism.
No, they're not the same.
Well, no, that's what they think.
Oh, that is what they think.
They think that
Yeah.
communism is comes from socialism, and once you have socialism, you're going to get communism, and it's not.
Yeah.
And that's why we're all screwed up, because all these people, they're just too stupid to understand just how stupid they are.
See, and that's where it comes. With a country made for the people by the people is eventually just going to fall on its face because most of the people are dumb.
And they're dumb on purpose.
On purpose.
They're dumb. They are made to be dumb because controlling stupid people is easier than controlling people who can think for themselves.
That is a true right there.
Yeah. I mean, I think like part of the thing is that people have information restricted to them, and then the information they do get spun a certain way. So, like, some people are willfully ignorant, but other people are just like, poor enough and having to work hard enough and day-to-day problems all the time that they haven't even got time to kind of sit down and think about how things are being confused and presented to them in
exactly.
an accurate way.
They're too busy working. They're too busy living their lives to really want to care about what's going on the outside world. And so they join these sides, and then they're told how to think and act and vote and do, and they go, okay.
Yeah. And to take all your childhood opinions and just take them on with you as an adult. That is happening too. Like people, I hated school, so I'm not gonna go to further my education. I'm not even gonna, watch a TED Talk video because I might learn something. I'm just, hey, look, they went to school. I'll just do what they say because they know.
Yeah,
hey,
that's one of the things.
PDF.
I mean, that's one of the things I mean about like people having information restricted to them or whatever, because there's a whole like anti-education, anti-intellectualism and stuff like that, and it was starting before Trump and whatever.
Yeah, it's built into the Christian church for sure, and probably some of the others.
And even like from a secular level, like when I was at school, there weren't many kids that came from religious families, but the whole thing was like, oh, if you study too much or you do your homework or whatever, we're gonna like bully you and all the rest of it. So
absolutely.
And that's only just got worse. So
yeah, but PDF.
But then again,
on what's his name, TrueTube.
Yeah,
it's not going to get very far. Wish him all the luck, though. I really do. I don't know. It's just, there's too much. We got our own problem. Everybody's got their own problems. Everybody's got their own thoughts, ideas, and whatnot.
True.
And they won't give in. They aren't listening to the other side. They're not listening to anything. They're so afraid that they're going to be proven wrong or that they're going to have to change that they're just resistant as fuck.
Yeah. And these people are actually trying to help them, and they're being told lies that as truth, and truths are lies.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You can only say these words so many times before they start to, just, well, if nobody is listening, what's the point? And you have to keep hammering at them, because if you don't, evil's going to win.
Yeah, you've got to provide another way of thinking at things. But I've seen people, like, either through the lockdown or because of having children, for example, they just like, because there's one guy who's had a kid before, he was all about eating loads of protein and building his muscles up, and he was okay, but he wasn't like particularly thinking about things in a wider way. And I've seen him through Facebook get more and more political and caring about the environment more, and he's gone vegan even, because he's like, things have got to change because I've got a kid, other people have got kids and relatives and people they care about. So it wasn't that he didn't care before, but like I say, always, on about his muscles or watching football or whatever. So yeah. But he now, even in that short time of like a year of him sort of looking at things differently, he's already getting to the point, like you say, of like how can we get this like message out there or get people to just think about things at all? Even if they don't agree with me, that they even see that there's some things going on.
You can lead a
I
horticulture, but you can't make her think.
But again, like I say, I follow these the political guys and the debaters that I see. They're all like in their 20s and stuff, and some of them, though, there's a 17-year-old Swedish guy, and the stuff he knows is just like he's so bright and knows a lot of political stuff that's going on, and so there is hope. There is hope, I think.
When you get them by themselves and you explain it very slowly and you show them evidence, it takes a while, but you can see that they get it.
Yeah.
But as a group, it's you talk to these people and they're individuals, and they come out with their individual thinking, and you have to explain it to them in different slow ways, because you have to go really slow with these people, and you have to talk to them in a way that isn't condescending, but still in a way that is pretty much telling them that they're wrong.
No anger and no name calling and no guilt or anything on them. No trying to make them feel stupid, because they're going to feel stupid. Just
oh yeah. When you explain to them, when you explain to let's point at the Republicans, because that's what they are. They're the problem. When you get one of these people alone, away from their people who keep them in line, and sit them down and explain that Trump has been lying since he was born.
Yep.
That he is not what he says he is. He is a criminal. He has always been a criminal. And then you have to show them each piece of information one at a time and talk about it in a very slow way. They will start to get it, but you can't do it by the individual. You can't.
Yeah.
You got to get the whole group together and go, look, you're wrong.
And misconceptions about the other side are happening too, because of the spectrum of the politics. People that are even if they're Republicans and they're more center and they've got varied views and they're more reasonable, they still see anyone that's on the left as being all the way to the end of the left.
Yeah.
And then so they're like, the left is fascist, and everyone on the left goes, the right is fascist. And how could both of those things be true? But it's because the ends of the spectrum are fascist, because you're trying to make people be a way that you want them to be, instead of everyone being a way that makes everyone happy and doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you say, you got people at both extremes, but they'll be in the minority. But the way politicians and the media portray it is everybody's either a Nazi or wants to install Stalin's Russia in the States. And that's, while they do exist, they're in the minority, and we need to focus more on the people that are not out to the fringes so much, and we can, bring them over, or, maybe more.
I don't think the fringes. To me, the fringes are those individuals who are just a little bit too crazy, but they they get out there and they make their name known and stuff like that. So they think that there's more of them than there are. It's just louder.
Those are the loudest ones.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're the loudest ones.
The media and politicians exaggerate that, though, because A, it drives ad revenue, and B, for the politicians, if we're busy fighting amongst each other because we all think the other side is fascist, then we're not concentrating on getting them to change. So
it's not only that, but it's also people don't understand words. They don't understand the definition of words, and even if they do think that they understand the definitions of words, they have a different definition in their head than you might.
Yeah.
And that's why words are. That's why understanding what words mean and are used and how they're used is important. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand the words that they are using, the words that are told to them, or the words that they think they know.
And they don't understand that that's a problem.
Yeah, and they think that they're fine with it, that that's okay.
I don't know how many times I've went, that word that you just used isn't quite the word you meant to use. You would have made the sentence make sense by using this word, and that word means something else. And, even if I'm not being long-winded or condescending, I get, oh, well, so what? You knew what I meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I didn't know what you
In my
meant.
mouth,
That's why I'm
my
trying to
jaw's
clarify
just
what you
dropped.
mean. But you can't. But see, we're not trained. We're not trained. None of us are
No.
trained on how to deal with this kind of stuff, right? With fellow
Um,
Americans, with fellow people. We're not
no,
we're not taught how to interact with one another. We just let it go. We go, oh well,
Mm-mm.
school will teach them how to interact. Being, in class and dealing with other children throughout their life as they grow up, they'll learn how. No, they're not being taught how to interact. They're figuring it out, and most of the time they're figuring it out wrong.
Yeah. I think
And then
that
those
teenagers should
wrong
be
thinkings
isolated
are,
and not allowed to see any other teenagers.
yeah, and like those thoughts are amplified by other people who didn't have any real, interactions with people. With me it was different. I didn't interact with anybody because nobody liked me.
I find that hard to believe.
I was always a loner, and I always will be. I don't fit in
Thank
any.
you, Ashley. So good.
Hey,
You were
Ashley,
so
how you doing?
sweet. Yeah, say hi
Hey,
to
Ashley.
43. But I was going through, where I was sleeping, and I was looking for something that was bothering me about a pinned comment, but I saw after Up Yours fell off, and you were telling him, that he couldn't get back on without me, and I was sleeping. You were saying, well, I guess I'm gonna stay here and keep an eye on things while she's sleeping. And I was like, that's the most precious thing. That was so sweet of you. But did you see a pinned comment in the YouTube side at all, anywhere, ever? Because when I got up and went to look for it, when I went to look at the stream again, there was a pinned comment that I didn't pin, and it was a support this channel by clicking this link and donating, and it was not my channel's link. It was not any kind of thing having to do with me, and I didn't pin that. I couldn't
Of
find the
course, you have a
comment.
secret identity that like you have another personality that comes out only when you're asleep.
I think I would have known about that by now.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. You could have two personalities and not even know it.
Well, thanks a lot, man. Now I got something else to worry about. You didn't see
You could
anything
have
like that. All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, your name is Snark and Sass, so one could be Snark
Yeah.
and the other Sass.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
43, honestly. You've just done the equivalent of writing on a walls in fluorescent paint now. In
Yep.
invisible paint. You're scaring her.
You know I'm fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, but
that'd
the
be
good kind, right? The good kind. The good kind of crazy. That's what
I used to say that
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I've said that
because
one.
my
They're
husband
weird,
was the
but
bad
good
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Ashley, I miss you too.
Speaking of which, I went and watched that video of El Coro on the beach with the dead turtle.
With the turtle.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't bring myself to watch it.
I couldn't believe he went to give it mouth to mouth, and I'm like, I think he's actually putting his mouth on that dead. I was like,
Yeah, I heard too much about it before, and so I didn't go watch it.
right.
Watch what?
El Coro giving mouth to mouth to a dead turtle.
Oh, to a turtle? Oh, that's nice.
It was dead. It was already dead for days.
Aw.
It's like, I'd not be putting my mouth anywhere near that.
No doubt. Well,
Yeah,
those
he was giving
Aussies
it
are a
this.
special breed, I tell you.
They are, yeah.
Turtles are weird anyway.
Yeah. But they're cute. I like turtles. They're cute.
Oh, I just saw. Yes, El Coro blows turtles.
I know. I saw Ashley's comment under the video. I was like, oh dear. And what was it? I'm so thirsty I could blow a dead turtle. I
Here.
Poor turtle.
was like, yeah, I might have to use that myself one day.
Should have just picked it up and thrown it back in the ocean and go, there you go. Spun it like a top.
Yeah, he's
Or skipped it on the
he's just
water.
like
Have you ever done that?
Oh dear.
I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. Okay. But as a kid, you pick up a turtle and you just look at it and you go, I wonder if this thing will skip on the water.
no.
I
That's
know it's
so
wrong.
bad.
I know it's wrong, but it was so funny.
We lived on a small private lake that had a spillway, and there was some kind of crazy freshwater turtle. It wasn't a tortoise. It wasn't a hard shell. It was a soft shell that had been run over on the spillway, and all the we came running because all the boys were huddled around it, and so us girls walked over there to see what they were doing. They had their foot on it, and they were pushing on its back, and its neck would go out forward, and that freaked us out because we were girls and it was horrible, but the guys were just having a ball.
I need to be doing that.
Oh, fudge. I need to find a way to get to the part of the stream where I came into the kitchen where the monkeys were all over the place.
Right.
Because my daughter-in-law she finished up her laundry and stuff, so she had to move all the monkeys. So I can't go and make another video.
Right.
And I can't do the screen record. I can't do that on my phone. Not yet. Not without something else or something.
Right.
And I was kind of wanting to grab a couple of spots out of there that I thought were funny enough for their standalone videos. But those monkeys, I especially had to get them.
I think you can make clips on. I think you can do clips on your phone onto YouTube.
Videos you can, and it's real short. I mean, it might be short, it might be long enough, but since it's all still beta, you don't get that choice with every single video.
Right.
So I don't know if it's there or not, but I'll look. I will look.
Yeah.
I'd forgot about it because it's not really always there.
Yeah, my son my son chipped in with some of his mates and bought like a bit of hardware where you can just say record anything on your screen, so they could do like gaming videos and stuff. So, yeah, because I was just thinking because I could do a screenshot on my PC, but not a video grab.
Yeah, some phones will do the video, and then I've been asking some of the TikTok people because I can tell that I know that they are grabbing video because of I'm familiar and I know that there was that was not a video you could have gotten, and they said that I don't remember what it was called, CapCut or something about like capture, and that they use a different app to grab stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So you can do it on your phone. You just got to have the right app.
Yeah, you just have to figure out what it is and see if I can. I really need to get an SD card because I just stay on the verge of the memory on this thing. That's why I download so many or upload so many YouTube videos to YouTube at once, or that I'll just do 3 at a time all day long or whatever. Because as soon as I make them on TikTok, they're still in my phone. And so I put them onto YouTube, and then I go over to photos. And as soon as I hit photos, it uploads all of them to that and gets them off my phone.
Yeah.
But if I was otherwise, I'd have to be downloading them again and stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah. But I think, like I say, I think it's fine when you do a few videos because they're short and that. It's not like you're uploading 5-hour-long videos at a time. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm using my drafts folder on TikTok a little more now, so that ones that aren't time related, I can put into the drafts after I make them, and then on a day when I don't have any videos, I can release the ones in the drafts and then, put them on YouTube so that it's more, so it'd be more of a steady upload schedule or whatever.
Yeah, because that's one of the things apparently the algorithm likes. So
yeah. All the algorithms.
All praise the algorithm. Yeah, praise the algorithm.
Yeah.
And people have subbed to my channel.
I just hate the word algorithm. After a while, it's like people are trying to sound smarter by using that word.
Yeah.
And they don't quite know what it means, but they know it's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, kids, come on. Come on. Chachi, Dina. Come on. Come on. Oscar, come on. Good boy. Come on, Chachi. Dina, neither one of y'all are tricking me. Come on. Get back over here. I see you continue to walk. Come on. Come on. Good kid. Kinda. These crazy kids. Oh, I'd rather deal with dog kids than kids, though.
Yeah, they're a lot easier to please.
But don't get me on dogs.
And they don't sass and argue and make fake promises and shit.
Oh, they do, but
no, they don't.
Yeah, depends on the dog, doesn't it?
That's what them kids do.
Well,
I mean, I understand now why my mom used to say, "Oh, I wish I'd never taught you how to talk." And then in my teenage years, I found out that you're going to learn to talk one way or the other. So I started smarting off with that a couple of times until I got smacked. Yeah, because back in the day, parents just slapped their kids across the face, and it was normal and good.
Yep. I advocate beating children, but beating children with not just intent, but with forethought in mind about the before, during, and after. And it's not like beating your kids to death. I'm like, one smack upside the head is sufficient enough to make a child listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about beating their ass or punishing them in sadistic ways. I'm talking about thinking about the punishment, thinking about the after effects, and then following through by talking to their children in a meaningful and understanding way that makes the child understand that the reason you got that smack upside the head was because you were being a dumbass, and go from there.
That behavior will not be tolerated.
Yeah, and you have to explain, not just like, I'm an adult, you're a child, you're going to listen to what I say.
And that's the shit I got.
I'm trying to teach you how society, does things and how it should be done. And that's where we've lost a lot of headway in our quest to the future. Is we don't teach parents how to properly discipline their children into being better, citizens. And
they think they are, but until the new, they come up with a new technique. Well, until the new technique goes through a generation and a half or so, how the hell do you even know if it works? You don't. It just should work. And then, look what happened. And now we got to have all this. Yeah, no, God. Yeah.
That's why we have.
I mean, every generation knows that what their parents did was wrong, and so they try to fix it. But they just end up fucking up some other way.
And they overcompensated, and that's why we have 82 genders now.
That is not why.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Gotta beat your kids.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
Beat your kids, they won't be gay.
Oh my fucking God. I love you. I miss you.
I know. I miss you too. But I have to sit firmly on that side, and I know
You
it's.
sit exactly where you need to sit, sweetie. I just
know.
want you to be. I want you to be okay.
Oh,
or more than okay, but I want you to not be not okay.
Well, I'm sort of in between that right now.
I just want the best for you, of course.
Because I just had a well, not a bad thing, but my mom pushed me too far again.
Yeah. Oh man,
I haven't spoken to her in a month.
Oh, I know that hurts.
Well, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of her attitude. I'm tired of the way she treats me like because I understand why. I've worked it all out in my head long ago. And I understand. I still don't. Just because I understand doesn't mean I accept it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least by the sounds of it, you're trying to understand.
Oh yeah.
Or know how to deal with it.
I don't know how to deal with it.
That's where I'm at. Because my dad started talking to me and then proceeded to be absolutely fucking wrong and obnoxious to me, and like it was supposed to help us heal. And so I have not responded since.
Yep.
Because I couldn't. There's no way.
Right?
Huh?
And I think you mentioned that in the message to me, saying your dad.
Yeah. I think we talked about that.
Well, you just said that you'd been upset by him, and I didn't want to be nosy. So. But no, I mean, I've
actually
had a bad falling out with my. Hey.
That's why you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. And I'd rather pick my friends and my family any day of the week.
Exactly. No,
I have not talked to any family members on either side for literally decades. Literally decades, because of some of the shit that family has done.
Yeah, that's bad when families act like that, and especially when it's on both sides as well. So.
Yeah, well, yeah.
At least if it was only
because it was the
one
60s,
side.
And the 60s, the 60s really fucked up a lot of things for people. Goddamn 60s.
I thought it was the late 70s and the 80s that actually fucked everything up.
It was the 1800s.
Or 10,000 BC.
Yeah, it was
when
pretty
we
much,
came out the ocean.
Pretty much the moment we left the caves. That's when it started to fuck up. When we started leaving the cave. I think we just should have stayed.
What we need to do is get in a time machine, go back to when we came out onto the beaches, and throw us all back in again. Like, no, stay in the ocean. Don't ever come out.
Yeah, don't.
Life would be different under the sea. Under the sea.
Kicking all the fish off the land. Get back in the water.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing? Get back there.
Okay, I usually say in 43, we've talked about this, that, if I had a time machine, where would I go back to the past? Well, the past was always worse. But I just now thought of a place in the past I wouldn't mind visiting, but I wouldn't want to stay there. I want to go back and see that transitional point where it's either, what was it? The drunk ape, the water ape, that transitional part, it's all hypothesis or whatever, but like, was it that we ate some crazy mushrooms and it expanded our minds, and that's what, or was it, did we start standing upright and walking because we were in the water, bending over, picking up muscles, and we had to keep our head above the water? That particular kind of thing. That would be some shit I would like to see.
Yeah.
But I know it wasn't just one day that happened. It's not real easy to pinpoint where I'd go back to. But we don't actually have time machines, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, if I had a time machine, I would use it to go back and insult all the bad people in the world. Throughout history. Just go back in time and insult them.
To just be like the historic troll.
Yes.
The heckler.
Yeah. Just pop up and go, you're a
that would be a cool villain. The heckler.
The time traveling heckler.
Yeah,
That's not
funny.
a bad idea.
I'm surprised they haven't come up with that, like in comic books. The troll.
The troll, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really, troll's only been used in this kind of way that we usually use it. It's not been that long.
Yeah,
But people are also a lot quicker to catch on to stuff and make some kind of media out of it too. So is okay. Ross's thing starts at. It said it starts at 3. Is that 3? Which 3 is that? I know it's not
Probably.
my 3.
EST or
Is that 4 or 5?
Well, it should say on yours what time it starts for your time.
It wasn't pre-made.
Well,
It was just the sign. The not clickbait. The thumbnail
Oh,
right.
off the last one.
Because when it's in that gray and white that says set reminder kind of stuff.
The reminder does it in your time.
Yeah,
and I thought it would be there, but I couldn't find it.
Because I don't know where she is.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is she just move and where? I don't fucking know. It's either 1 hour behind me or 2 hours behind me, I guess.
Because I'm at 2:29 right now.
Yeah, you're 1 hour behind me.
Yeah, but you're.
So it could be on now then, right? If it's half 3 for you. Oh.
No, because it would be on
it.
either starting at 4 or starting at 5.
Probably 4 or 5.
If it's her 3, But anyway, I just thought somebody'd know. Hey, PDF. PDF must not have anything to do.
They should come on then.
I'm getting ready to get off here anyway. Go handle some stuff just in case it starts at 4, because I was wanting to sit through the whole thing, because she said she was gonna play some of. I had made her a playlist, and she said she was gonna play them on her stream. So I wanted to see how that went for sure. So I know I have to stay there the whole time.
Whose stream is it?
Not that it's torture or anything. It's just it's a lot of people, and I get weird inside,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Crazy bitch. Yep.
Whose stream is that?
Ross Khan, Khan.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna send you the link.
All right, cool. Well, I didn't want to invite myself, but I was thinking if possible, then I might jump on. I'm going to have something to eat now that I'm starving. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go ahead and make sure I took care of everything before, and scroll through my notifications and stuff.
Sure. Okay.
So
all right,
it was good to talk to you again, 43. I miss you so much, Ashley. You're the best. PDF, you nut. And Limey, so glad that I'm so glad we met, man. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying our friendship.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And like I say, everybody else seems really cool as well. And it's nice to actually have a chat with 43 today. So, yeah. All right, I'll see you guys later.
4 p.m. Pacific time? What the fuck is that? What is Pacific time? That's the one behind you, 43, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that'd be 6 o'clock my time.
Because I'm mountain time.
Yeah.
6 o'clock. So is that going to be midnight here?
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah? Because you're 6 o'clock PM for you, right?
Yep, you're in the worst time zone.
No, but the thing is, again, I slept between 9 and 5 today. So again, I've only been up a few hours. So yeah, I'll see you at midnight.
All right. Well, I'll go. I'll send you your channel link, and then you should get a notification if you go do it.
All right.
It's 9:32 in London right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the time it is. Yep. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
I have a world clock. I got everybody's time here.
Yeah.
Look, Ashley put the channel link in for you.
And if you want,
Ashley, you are a star with these links. I tell you,
she is a star.
No, she's the best.
Oh,
but
cool.
for Ashley, 4 p.m. would be in an hour and a half.
Right. Okay. Well, like I say, I've got to go because
That would be
otherwise my
5.
stomach is going to go and crawl
Yeah.
out on its own. So I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
right.
Bye.
See
Nice
you
to meet you.
later.
Bye.
Love everybody. I'm turning this thing off. Have a great
All right.
day. Bye.
All right, sis. You have a good one now.
You too, sweetie. Hugs.
Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses.